everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon, and me, Banshee, and it's me, Banshee, with my Material Matters segment. Your weekly tarot keys to the success in business, education, and the financial world. Welcome to the show. Well, let's see what's going on this week, huh? Just seems as though there's lots of, I don't know if there's really a lot of turbulence in the markets right now. Personally, for myself, I've noticed some stabilization, so I'm kind of okay and happy with that. It's better than better than losses. Well, today I have brought out for the collective, because we have a full moon coming this week, I believe. So I decided to use the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. Let's see what we can manifest, huh? All right. Oh, it's interesting. It's a full moon, and I know the full moon is in Capricorn this week, but this is full moon in Virgo. So, maybe we need this energy here. It says, take inspired action. Full moon in Virgo. This card is bursting with goddess energy and reminds you that while it's wonderful to have lofty dreams, you also need to ground those desires by taking inspired action. Commune with the heavens, but take practical steps down here on earth. Draw down the energies of the divine by doing something as seemingly trivial as making a bullet point list of what you need to do to manifest your dreams into reality. Also know that you're 100% worthy of those dreams. Ditch self-effacement, criticism, and second-guessing of yourself and others. Find a balance between dreaming big and being practical. It's important to believe in our dreams, but we also need to take practical steps towards them. The energy of this card will help you connect with that reality. Your manifestation affirmation should be, I forgive myself for everything. I am doing my best. Why even have to apologize to yourself or forgive yourself? You just keep doing your best and know that you're doing your best and you'll be okay. But it does mean that you can't sit back. You can't just assume that everything is just going to fall into place, magically. We have to take this magic wand and actually put it to work. We have to work to make things happen. So take inspired action this week towards your dreams and manifest something wonderful in your life. That's what I have for the collective. Good luck with that. So, hey, let's see what's going on astrologically this week. Not a whole heck of a lot. This reading is good from July, for the elemental signs, is good from July 2nd through July 8th. The moon will be traveling from Sagittarius Capricorn to Pisces Aries on July 8th. And there's going to be a full moon in Capricorn on July 3rd. And all of us U.S. people out there, happy Independence Day, happy July 4th celebrate responsibly. Don't blow your fingers off with those fireworks and watch that alcohol intake. Okay? Next, Grandma Banshee's admonitions.
Why did you look at me when you said that?
Well, I didn't think I was. I kind of just turned my head. But if you want to take that to heart, Mr. O. All right. Hey, elemental signs. Let's start with our air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This reading is for you for the week ahead. Let's see what fireworks are going off in your material world. All right. Well, this is a card that comes up a lot, and it's good this time. It is upright. Your focus for the week ahead is the Fool. Hey, hey. Well, take that chance. Bombs bursting in midair, whatever it goes. Take that chance. Take that leap. It could pay off this week. This is a time maybe you're in a position to take a couple of risks, risky maneuvers, some gambles, bank on it working out for you. The universe will have your back. Let's see how best you can prepare for that focus. Ooh, it's the Lovers, upright. Wow, 2 major arcana, good start, upright. For the air signs, this is a week where there could be a lot of positive energy for the things you want to accomplish. Make sure that this leap, I'm telling you to take a risk and a gamble and to take the risk off the ledge, but, you want to be sure that this is something really you want to dive into, Maybe you've hesitated in the past. Maybe you've had your doubts or fears. This is a time to cast those doubts aside, but to go for something that will be something that you truly treasure or value, something that you really desire. Well, what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Forget about it. Forget what I said about others being congenial, because here we have the Ten of Cups reversed. Oops. So that might mean that other people may not want to buy in. They may say, hey, you want to do this? You're on your own, So this may have to do with some risky financial maneuver other people may not be happy about. This could be some major shifts or changes in the workplace or in how things are done that other people, may not be very happy about having to change what they do. So, do what you can to try to, solidify your connections and make sure everybody, if they can't totally throw their financial or whatever support behind you, that at least they won't be working against you or walk away from you. And ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all? Good grief. Why this with the Fool? And I know this has happened before. 6 of Swords reversed. So it seems like by week's end, you're stuck. Perhaps you really needed other people's support in order to pull this venture off, or perhaps maybe they were right and this venture has you, or this new adventure, this new risk that you're taking, this gamble may set you back, maybe is a dud after all. But there is no pain, there's no gain. So don't beat yourself up over this, It's just stagnating. Things aren't going anywhere. I don't feel there's necessarily any loss attached to it, but you're kind of stuck. So let's take a look at this again, air signs. The Fool says, take that chance, take that gamble, take that risk, go for it. You may want to make sure that, this is truly what your heart desires, You might want to make sure you want it bad enough, and maybe, like I said, other people may not be so happy about this, may not want to support you on this. They may be warning you that things could go astray, but you don't know unless you try. And if you go nowhere, at least now what you're capable of and maybe what you're not, so there's knowledge to be gained from this, if nothing else, and it seems like no real risky loss. So sorry it's not going to work out for you, air signs, but let's just say this, it could be worse. So good luck with that. Hey, fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This reading's for you for the week ahead. Let's hope we dazzle people this week with the fireworks that only we can pull off. All right. Well, you start with a major arcana card 2 upright. Your focus for the week ahead is the Hanged Man. So, this may be a week to draw back a little bit, to contemplate your next moves, to start looking at the bigger picture, a broader perspective on things. Maybe to look at more long-term kind of situations and goals as well. This may be a time also to to step back and see what you can ferret out for yourself so that eventually you'll be able to come down and share your findings or what you've come up with others. How best can you prepare for that focus? Well, it's the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is reversed here. I would say the best way to prepare for that focus is to not allow yourself to get caught up in thinking about, how people maybe have treated you in the past. Let bygones be bygones at this point. Move on. Maybe you've had some difficult experiences applying for jobs. People didn't treat you fairly or really listen to you. Maybe, maybe at work some people have fluffed off your ideas or things before. Let it go. Let it go. It's time to move on. It's time to move on to brighter days. Things are going to start looking up from here. So you don't want to taint it with, feeling a sense of betrayal and hurt that is best left to the past. And what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, it looks as though there might be some, aggressive moves on other people's parts, Either they want you to get moving, they might be pushing you to do more, to produce more. They might be pushing you around to try to get you, coerce you to do things that maybe you aren't ready for, so be aware of that. Be aware that there might be some tension, and try your best to handle it with grace and diplomacy as opposed to meeting them the same way. I would say this, though. It might be, though, in order for you to move forward with anything you want, like to get a loan, to get a job, you may have to show a little bit more forceful side with others to get that recognition that you need. I'm almost leaning more that way, fire signs. So ultimately, will there be a forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you this week? Well, don't push people too far. Because here's the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is reversed. Oh my goodness. So some partnerships, some people might be leaving. There might be some separations. I hope you are not going to be separated from your place of employment. That's not a very happy card to end with. Why don't we go through this again, fire signs, and see what we can make of this. The Hangman is upright, and I feel here that you really need to take a step back and really start, surveying the landscape more. What's happening? So you can be prepared for things that, could upset the apple cart here, which is what it looks like with the rest of this reading. Try to be projecting not just on where you are now, but where things are headed. So maybe you can be prepared if something's going to go south. How best can you prepare for this focus, is maybe keep a more wary eye on people. If you sense betrayal, if you sense something happening, you'll recover much better from it if you are prepared. So I would just say, realize that whatever you're going to go through, you will get through this. Keep an optimistic attitude that no matter what you face, you will persevere. Can't be kept down for too long, fire signs. And ultimately, I think other people, you're going to have to really be kind of aggressive to get your points across, to get them to, to accept your proposals, or, you as a job candidate, whatever the case may be, to get a loan or some financial backing that you need. But ultimately, I really feel that, relationships, interpersonal relations with others, partnerships, collaborations, are not really going to work to your advantage this week. There's some unsettled energy here, most definitely. And I do feel that even though the Ten of Swords is reversed here, maybe you still need to watch your back a little bit, okay? So be aware of that, fire signs, and hopefully you can squeak through this week. Good luck with that. Hey, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Let's hope there's no rain on your 4th of July parade. Or if it's raining cash. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, this is for you. Let's see what's happening. Let's shuffle them one more time after this. Yes, one more. All right. And your focus card for this week ahead. Oh, well, it's the King of Wands. I hope I didn't jinx you there with all that talk of raining cash, because here's the King of Wands reversed. Well, water signs. Let me get a sip of water before I have to give you the bad news. I sense two things here. Despite your best efforts, others may not be really seeing you the way you want them to see you, or maybe seeing what you're trying to present to them or what your needs are in the light you want them to see it in. Or conversely, you really aren't standing up for yourself very well, you know? You're kind of holding back at a time when I really feel you need to, put yourself out there. How best can you prepare for that focus? This is interesting. It's the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is upright. Well, first off, the best way you can prepare for this focus is to not be afraid, this King of Wands here, reversed, to really show your authentic side, to be you, to be open and honest, be an honest partner with everybody. Because if anybody senses any deception, if anybody senses any, thing like that going on, this could spell bad news for you. Well, will there be what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Oh, it's the Eight of Pentacles reversed. I don't think, it's not so much that there isn't cooperation, but it's just that people don't, it's a short week this week in the U.S. in particular. So I don't know if people are going to be really at their best this week to help you. Some of them might be vacationing, traveling. There might be, because it is a shorter week, people have their minds on other things other than work, and not a lot is getting accomplished or produced. Perhaps the things that you need are not being provided to you by others. And also, for people looking for jobs around the holidays is probably not the best of times either for that. But will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all? Hey, water signs, congratulations. I think you do have a good card here at the end of this week. When all is said and done, the Six of Wands is here upright. And it's saying that, if you play your cards right, like I said, be your authentic self. Don't be afraid to show up and shine. People will recognize you. People will be applauding you for your efforts. Your perseverance, your stick-to-itiveness. You're taking one for the team, so to speak, and you will be rewarded. So, wow, what a shocking ending here. Let's take a look at this again, water signs. So far, despite all this, it looks like you're building up to win the week here. We'll see. The King of Wands reversed indicates that you're just not starting off feeling very confident or secure with either something you want to present or do, maybe even presenting at a job interview. You just don't feel it, but the best way to prepare for this is to prepare, be prepared, show your authentic, honest self, be open and honest with people, and, especially if you're going for financial backing alone, lay all your cards on the table. Others this week, though, it's just going to be hard to get them to do what they need to do for you, I don't know what to say here. It seems as though there's going to be You know, some issues with workflow and getting things from others, getting support from others. But ultimately, by week's end, you know, if at least you're doing what you need to do, okay, then others are going to recognize and reward you for that. There's some payoff by week's end for you. So, you know, just stick to the plan here. Stick to being yourself. Stick to being honest. Stick to having integrity and doing your part. And ultimately, despite the lack with others and their lack of really seeing that at you initially, it's all going to turn out okay in the end. Hey, that's a nice turnaround story there, water signs. Let's move on to Earth. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This reading is for you for this week ahead. Let's hope you can light up the sky this week. All right. But not with forest fires. No more forest fires, please. Ugh. All right. Earth signs, this is so unlike you. We're starting with the King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, Earth signs. You know, I know it's a holiday week for a lot of people. Even in Canada, Canada Day was this last weekend on July 1st. But this is no time to slack off. This is no time to drop the ball. Your team is depending on you, you know, especially if you're a manager, to lead and not to sit back and let chaos rule the day. So make sure you're getting you have your finances in order, you have your work organized, you're prepared, you know, to meet, and you're prepared to lead, to meet this week head on. How best can you prepare for that focus? It's the Fool again, and the Fool is upright. Oh, goodness. Well, there's nothing like shaking up your world by taking some kind of risk or gamble, you know, because if nothing's going to focus you on your game, that will, if you take a chance, you've got to be sure you're organized. Are you ready? You better be prepared for whatever could happen once you hit ground there. So what about others this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, we got the World reversed here. That could indicate that others just feel like, well, this is all well and good, but, you know, we're nowhere near where we need to be yet. Success is still yet to be done. Maybe perhaps the outcomes of whatever risk is being taken here has not played out yet. And so, you know, they're feeling kind of in limbo a little bit. But really, if everybody just sticks to working to complete things, maybe things will turn out okay. Let's see what that final card is, or signs. Will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all? It's the Five of Wands reversed. Well, this could be good, but it could be bad. I think here, depending on, you know, if you can get I think what I'm going to do is recap and touch on this card, because basically you really need to get your stuff together this week, Earth signs. It's on you to be organized, to be prepared, to be ready to manage, to lead, to move your work forward, to get your flow going, and make order out of chaos. And chaos often ensues when you take a risk or gamble. So the best way to prepare for this focus is maybe what this is saying is you need to do some out-of-the-box thinking here on different ways you can approach your work or your assignments or your leadership leadership in this week ahead to get everybody moving on completing something that really needs to be completed in order to ensure success. Otherwise, by week's end, you're either going to say, okay, we're going to shift gears here. This is not a happening thing. Or you're going to maybe look for other opportunities for growth and advancement. It's possible, too, you might be looking for other people to work with if you can't pull everybody together to work on, shared common goals. So if you're a manager, that could be a shakeup at the, you're cleaning house there a little bit. Or, it could be you moving on to a different work environment that's more conducive to, where you see yourself, contributing and where you see yourself benefiting. Good luck with that, Earth signs. Well, hey, I want to remind everybody to watch Mr. O's shows. His Goth Tarot is on every Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We can check in with your shadow. He's always got interesting things to say there. And don't forget his emotional exchanges, where he's got nothing but loving thoughts to share. Right, Mr. O? Oh. So his emotional exchanges, to find out about the emotional side of your life, that's Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I believe Happy Hour will be on at its normal time next week. Woohoo! 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And finally, all our other shows. Stay tuned. Next week, on the 9th, I believe, we're going to be telling you once again, where does it hurt? This comes out every fourth quarter moon, and we let you know if there's something that's really bothering you and what you need to do to turn that whole situation. All right. Well, hey, that's what we have for everybody. I say take care. Have a great week ahead. And obviously, water signs just win the week barely. It's been kind of a lackluster week for most. Hang in there. It's a holiday week and a shorter week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.